What is up everybody, Slimy Lemon here, and welcome to my Alchemist Playground Guide for the Mage Training Arena. Before we get started, here are some notes. A minimum of level 25 Mage will be needed. A tutorial needs to be completed before entering either of the Mage Training Arena minigames. You will need to bring your counting hat in order to enter the Alchemist section. The coins/items you acquire during the minigame will not be kept after leaving. You will need to bring your own runes, and a fire staff is highly recommended. Let's get into it. Section 1. How to get there. The easiest route is teleporting using a ring of dueling and selecting the duel arena option. This will teleport you just outside the duel arena. From here you can follow the route shown on screen. Once you've arrived, you will need to talk to the Guardian if you haven't already done the tutorial. After you're done, he will give you a counting hat that needs to be in your inventory before you proceed. Once you're ready, enter the Alchemist Playground portal. Section 2. The Playground. Now let's run through parts of the minigame. Firstly, there is a green display table in the top right hand corner with a list of 5 items. This screen indicates the alchemy value of each item within the cupboards, with the highest value being 30 GP and the lowest being 1 GP. Standing in the center of the room, you will notice 8 cupboards with 4 on the west side and 4 on the east side. 5 of these contain an item from the table above, leaving 3 of them empty. Every 42.5 seconds, the position of these items changes randomly, as well as their values. Directly north is a large deposit box. This is where you deposit coins gained from alching, which then corresponds to pizzazz points. As you can see, it's a very simple setup, however the shifting of the items can cause confusion. With that being said, there is a strategy in which we can figure out where each item is. Section 3. The strategy. Chances are, if you're watching this guide, you're looking to gain points in the fastest time possible, which in this case, you need to gain coins as fast as possible. Let's take this step by step. Step 1, the first thing we need to do is determine which item is going to give us the highest amount of coins. So have a look at the item list and identify which item you need to find. Step 2, in order to locate this item, you will need to open a random cupboard in which you will either be given an item or the cupboard will be empty. Step 3. This step is important to know because it will save you from opening 2 empty cupboards in a row. If the empty cupboard is either of the ones in the center, simply move to the cupboard directly opposite to find an item. If the empty cupboard is on the end, then you will have to move over to the other side and move 3 cupboards south or north depending on which corner was empty. Step 4. Once you have an item, you can use the alchemy table to determine which cupboard has the item we need. Let's take a look at a diagram I've prepared. Placing the view looking north will allow us to visualize the order of the items in a clockwise fashion. The items in the cupboards are placed in the same order they are displayed on the alchemy table. So for example, if you open a cupboard and you are given an adamant helm, but you need an adamant kite shield, we can see here that you only need to move 1 cupboard north to find it. Here you can see the cupboards have changed. However, the order of the items has not. If we take a look at the alchemy table now, we can see that the most valuable item is a rune longsword. Starting at the cupboard we got our adamant kite shield on, this cupboard is now empty, and because it's on the end, we will need to switch sides and move south 3 cupboards to find an item. So because we are given an emerald from this cupboard, I then know that by looking at the alchemy table that the rune longsword will be the next cupboard down. Before we move on to step 5, there is something really important that you need to know. At any time you see a green arrow pop up next to the display table, that means that that item is then free to alch. And what I mean by that is when you alch that item, it will not use up any of your nature runes. Step 5. Now that we have the item we need, we can start doing some alching. I've personally found that grabbing between 10 to 12 of the desired item is a good amount to have in your inventory before you start alching. This amount may vary depending on how quick you found the right cupboard. From here, we want to alch our items but be conscious of the time, because the values may change and you will most likely be alching something of lesser value. There is an alchemy guardian at the southern part of the room who lets you know when the values are about to change, but sometimes he cannot be seen. Step 6. Continue moving around the room alching items. It may take you a little time to get your head around the mechanics, but once you pick it up, you'll start to develop a flow. Step 7. Let's take a look now at how to deposit the coins you've earned. This is really important to know because it will save you from missing out on pizzazz points. For every 100 coins you deposit, you will then earn 1 pizzazz point, which means if you then deposit, for example, 195 coins, you will still only get 1 pizzazz point. A maximum of 12k can be deposited at once. However, anything more than that will cause you to lose all your coins and your points. Awesome. Those are the 7 steps to start earning pizzazz points. I will now run an example on screen while I commentate to give you guys a little more insight into how it's done. The first thing I'm going to do is open a random cupboard. So I'll start with this one, and it's empty. So what I'm going to do is move over to the other side and move up or north 3 cupboards. Here you can see I just got a rune longsword, but the table's highest valued item is an adamant helm. So from here I can then work out that I only need to move 2 cupboards anti-clockwise to find the adamant helm. So I open the cupboard and there is the adamant helm that I needed. Now I wasn't sure how much time I had left, so I only started alching 1 item at a time. That can usually be useful if you are unsure about the time and you don't know when it's going to change and you don't want to alch unnecessary items. So from here you will see that the cupboard becomes empty. There it is, it's empty. So that means I then need to move over to the other side because it was on the corner, and I need to move south 3 cupboards. The item which now holds the highest value is leather boots. However, I've been given an adamant medhelm. So from here I need to take a quick look at the list and count how many spaces I need to move up on the list to get leather boots. Counting 1 item up from the Addy Medhelm will get me an Addy Kite Shield, and 1 more space up from that will be leather boots. So because we moved 2 spaces up on the list, we then need to move 2 cupboards anti-clockwise to find the boots. That's it for the examples. I'm now going to move on to the last part of the guide where I explain a few things that I may have missed and some tips and tricks. If you log out or disconnect, you will be taken out of the playground and you will lose all of your coins. It is recommended you deposit your coins every 1 to 2k. 2 magic experiences given for every coin deposited, and 10 coins will be placed in your bank for every 100 coins deposited. The whole process does take a little practice, so do not get discouraged. And the last thing I want to say is that this is a great method for training magic, especially for Iron Men. Not only do you earn magic experience from alching, but you also earn magic XP from depositing the coins, which is a great bonus. That's the end of my guide, peeps. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you get the gist of it and I didn't waddle on too much. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers as well. I know I've been really slack with my videos, but I want to thank you once again for supporting me and my other videos. I'm going to leave some other videos up on the screen for you guys to check out, and yeah, peace.